Well, hello again this evening. I'm going to show you a little more video. I didn't include it with the previous video because I don't know how YouTube works. I'm only able to post up to 15 minutes. So I thought I'd show you this separately. This segment took place close to the end between when I finished installing the valves and then when I had the head turned up showing it with the rocker arms on. I have a few minutes of video in between. That was a little disheartening, but you'll see what I decided. And if you want, let me know what you think. So I hope you enjoy it. And once again, thanks again for watching. There seems to be a crack in there. I don't know how that would have... I mean, here the crack would be going to the bolt hole, but this side it could possibly be getting to the water jacket. Oh, this is very disheartening. I can see if I can get an angle so you can see it better. Now, I've inspected it closer. As you can see, the two cracks here. From the naked eye, they go from about here to here and here to here. And I took a little light and looked in the water jacket hole here and down here. And the distance, the water jacket doesn't get any closer to those cracks than what it shows right here. It doesn't move. It doesn't, when you go in here, it doesn't get bigger and reach over toward that crack. And same on this side. So that means the water jacket isn't anywhere near that crack. And this is the thinnest part of the casting around this bolt hole. And remember, when you go in the hole farther, it opens up some because except for the first 3/4 of an inch, the rest of the head bolt or head stud hole is bigger in diameter. So the casting here is quite thin. And the only reason I can think that those cracks are in there is moisture made its way down the bolt from the top and filled that up and froze. I cannot imagine any other reason why those cracks should be there, should have appeared there, because plenty of moisture got under the valve covers, down around the valve springs and every place else. So it could have made its, over the course of 40 years, moisture could have built up in this hole and froze and cracked that. So I'm confident it doesn't go to the water jacket. That I put brake clean in them, or an oil over here. I put oil over them and blue in here, and I can't get any kind of bubbles or anything. And like I say, the water jacket is no closer than this to those cracks. And the thin spot is into the bolt hole. So I don't know what any of you out there think. You can let me know if you want. But at the moment, I'm leaning toward just moving ahead forward because I think those cracks just go into the head stud hole and won't make a bit of difference. Now, while I'm looking at this, I want to point out something else. On almost all engines I've ever had apart with cast iron heads, the combustion chamber, the finish is as it was cast. It's only machined around where the valve pockets are. But these heads, you can see the machining marks in it, and down here, and across the surface here. The combustion chamber is actually fully machined. So that is something I don't ever really see, have never really seen on old engines with cast iron heads. One thing it would do is ensure that the compression ratio is almost identical on all 4 cylinders, where when they are as cast, your compression ratio can vary a little bit. As a matter of fact, like on my old Harley JDs where the head is non-removable, they would put shims underneath the cylinders to equal, if the combustion chambers were a little different, they would put shims underneath the cylinders to make both cylinders have equal compression ratio. So, like I said, it is kind of interesting that the combustion chamber is fully machined. And as far as those cracks, I'm leaning toward just continuing on as if they aren't there, like Matt on Diesel Creek has said on a few things. Just look the other way, pretend it wasn't even there. But if worse comes to worse, I would have another cylinder head that I could look over and see if it's usable. But at this point, I'm going to continue on because I'm confident they do not go into the water jackets. So thanks again for watching. I'm going to continue putting the valves in the other 3 heads. And after that, it's time to set heads on to work on the exhaust manifold and pushrod tubes. So we'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching.